office today. I have one more client left, and the right underwire in my bra is not playing fair. It's trying to escape. Anyway, so I have makeup on, but I didn't do my eyeshadow. I just threw some stuff on really quickly when I got to the office, and I didn't have time to do my eyeshadow. Basically because my morning, do you ever have those mornings where you get up and you're just like, okay, so it's not my morning. I'm not gonna fight it. This is just how it is today. Sometimes I get irritated, but this morning I was like, you know what? Whatever. Just, I can't find anything to wear. This doesn't go with that. Why is it 45 degrees? No, I don't want to wear the black pants. I want to wear the gray pants. But what do I wear with the gray pants? Like, it's just, Rosé is getting under the bed. I don't know why. So it was the morning, okay? And then on the way here to my office, I was tired. Like, I'm just gonna go in with the Becca and Smashbox under eye brightening corrector in the shade dark, but I'm going to use that as eyeshadow primer. But man, I feel like this whole week, like it's a lot. I feel life has been a lot this year, and it just has. So rather than talking about all the heinous news that's out there right now, everything from let's talk about some other not so heinous but equally stupid news. Okay, so this first story, I don't know if it's real, but I feel like we could all potentially be, like, it could be any of us in this story. So there was this young woman, and she's in China, and she was like trying to board a plane, right? And if you've flown in the past several years, I think they now have those facial recognition things, right? So you have to like stand and they take a picture of you, and then supposedly they're erased or whatever. I don't like it. Like, can you just look at my ID and like confirm that it's me? But apparently homegirl goes to the facial recognition thing, and her face isn't recognized. Now, as someone whose fingerprints have once not been recognized, I feel her pain. I don't know, okay? I had to get called back because they said that it didn't register, and I officially believe I am out of this world. Anyway, so she was all cute and made up, and they were like, the camera cannot recognize you, so what we're gonna do is we need you to take your makeup off. I'm like, girl, what kind of makeup were you wearing that, like, I don't know if that's good or bad, that you can make yourself unrecognizable compared to your passport photo. But also, do you look like your passport photo? I don't know. I look at it and I'm like, we could be cousins. But I don't know if I still look like it. It's, yeah. But I don't think it's to the point where I'm not gonna be recognized, But also, do you wear makeup when you're going on like a plane or something? I don't. I make sure I have some lip balm or something, but I typically don't put on makeup to go on a plane, no matter how short the flight is. That just feels like a lot, what? I feel like this is always a shade that I'm drawn to. Let's go with this one. Maybe even pairing it with that one. I'm just very curious as to what she looked like. Like, I don't know if that is good or bad, that your makeup is so amazing too much that people can't even, like, the facial thing can't recognize you. I don't know how high tech the facial recognition thingies are, but could you imagine? Okay, so I just went in with the shade Garnet from this palette, and I used this Sydney Grace brush. I bought these brushes before, like long when they first came out, before they started putting the numbers on them, so I don't have a number to tell you, but it's like this. Child, let me tell you about Demery Ardell Wilson. You know, with that name, he is going to cause trouble. So Demery, he filed a petition last month in Texas's 269th Judicial District Court of Harris County. He is suing Whataburger. Whataburger? I ain't never ate there. Is that the, no, that's White Castle. I've never eaten there either. Are those good? I don't know. So, shall we call him Demery? Shall we call him Mr. Wilson? Demery Ardell Wilson? I don't know. But, like, let me just tell you what our friend here did. So, he had ordered a meal from Whataburger, that place, an undisclosed location. It was in last July. And when he ate it, he said that he had an allergic reaction and needed medical attention. Now, he didn't say what he ordered, but they thought maybe he had got the burger, which, let me tell you, it has the beef patty, mustard, tomato, lettuce, pickles, and diced onions, all served on a bun. Eyes have started taking the tomato, asking for the tomato and lettuce off, because I feel like they give you one chunk of iceberg lettuce and then like either a really big piece of tomato, or it's just like, y'all messing it up. Okay, but I love me some mustard on a burger. Tomato and lettuce, no. Pickles, love me some pickles. Diced onions, I like grilled onions. But let me tell you something. They do tell you, like a lot of restaurants, what allergens are in the food, right? So Whataburger said wheat, soy, and gluten, among other things. But Mr. Demery Wilson, he says that he's allergic to onions. I have not heard that, but I was researching on the interwebs, and people are allergic to onions. Let me know if you are. I'm not, like, allergic to specific things that I'm aware of, but some stuff does, like, aggravate my allergy receptors. I don't know. So, like, when I went to yoga, they, like, spray and clean the bolsters and the blankets and whatever they put on them things. I start choking, okay? And so now I just take an extra towel and I put it on top of everything. Because it's like you're trying to do downward dog and like you're choking. Not the best. But Mr. Wilson said that he called the meal a manufacturing defect that was unsafe to eat. And the manufacturing defect was the onions. And he said that he told them, don't put no onions on there. So he is asking for monetary relief of over $250,000, but less than $1 million. I didn't know you could have a range. Is that like, either you gonna give me over $250,000, but you could give me less than $1 million. So you could do, can you do like an average? Like, I've never heard such a thing. And they said, Whataburger said, we don't have no proof that this actually happened because the location is undisclosed and they don't know what had happened. My thing is, if you have allergies, I'm gonna go into Galaxy, I think. If you have allergies and you tell them no onion, and you know that you have allergies for real, for real, for real. And I'm guessing you only are allergic to if you actually eat the onion. It's okay to have onion essence on it. But if you have allergies, why wouldn't you look to make sure to like double check that there are no onions in your meal? That feels irresponsible, Demery. That feels really irresponsible. Like, everybody checks their food. You open it up a little bit and see what's in there. Make sure you move stuff around. You know, you make sure that it has the right like setup for you. Most people I know who have serious allergies, they double check things. Right? Am I right? Or am I right? Like, to me, that makes no sense that he just like chomped into it. And you know what? I already think he's being a little dramatic, but who am I to say, okay? He said he needed medical attention. And I would feel for him a little bit more if it were not for the fact that he sued Sonic the year before because of onions. And said the onions made him feel sick and left him with serious personal injuries that made him seek out medical care. Again, they told him that he needs to prove the charges and allegations, and for that one, for the Sonic one, it was thrown out. So I don't feel like he really has allergies. I feel like his issue is that he wants money, which understandable. But you might have to come up with a different plan. I don't think you could be like, April 2023, I'm going to say I'm allergic to onions from Sonic. And then July 2024, I'm going to say I'm allergic to onions from Whataburger. If you had had this experience with Sonic, wouldn't you be like, every time I go somewhere, I'm going to double check and make sure there ain't no onions on there? Because that feels like personal responsibility. Because I don't know. I feel like I would, if I'm like, I am allergic to ketchup. Don't put no ketchup on there. It's not going to be a good situation. If I get something, I'm going to open it up and be like, is there any ketchup on here? Any ketchup essence? Any full-on ketchup? Maybe I'm allergic to tomatoes or not, because sometimes you're not allergic to, you know. I feel like that would be my, I don't know. Whose responsibility is it? Whose responsibility is it? Like, I would prefer that the restaurant double checks their work and they make sure that I'm not going to have any allergic reactions, especially if I already tell you. And I don't know if he said I am allergic or if he was like, I just don't want onions. I don't know, okay? But I feel like for him to say that he would, that I'm sorry. He didn't say what he ordered. He didn't say where he ordered it from. He didn't say what medical or personal injuries he had. And he just gave a cool range. I didn't know you could give a range in a lawsuit. Like, I'll take 250,000. It's got to be a little over that. But don't worry about getting me to $1 million. It's all good. You know, I will be accommodating. He accused them of failing to act in accordance with the appropriate standard of care, which caused him to suffer personal injuries. I'm sorry, Demery, I don't believe you, because you pulled this with Sonic the year before. You pulled the same con. It didn't work. It's not as if the con worked. The suit got thrown out, but you're going to come back again and try it again, but this time you're going to try a different burger spot. Because he probably, I don't know how big Sonic and Whataburger are, but you notice he's not suing like McDonald's, Burger King, Wendy's, In-N-Out, Five Guys, you know? Like, who's like, you know, I'm a sue Whataburger. That's who I'm a sue. You know who's like that? Demery Ardell Wilson. Now, as we move on to the mats, I think I'm going to pop into these here at the bottom. We've got Hickory, Shiraz, and Mulberry. Let's talk about Bestie John McKee in Indiana. Bestie, new Bestie, okay? So it's like 9 o'clock at night, and you know, a police officer is patrolling the streets, right? And he pulls someone over because he notices that like they don't have any lights or reflectors on or anything, which is pretty dangerous. And so the police officer was like, it was hard to see him. Pulls him over, and it's John. It's John McKee. Now, okay, regular old thing, right? Traffic stop. What makes this one special and why John is now our new best friend for his creativity and ingenuity is that John is in a Power Wheels. Tell me you remember Power Wheels. You remember that? It's like the little Jeep kind of car, but for kids, and they could drive around in it. I've heard so many stories of people driving it to the liquor store, like just hopping in the Power Wheels. And I'm a little jealous because I always wanted one. I always wanted a Power Wheels. Those bad boys were expensive, if I remember correctly. Do you have a Power Wheels? Like, let me know. Is it fun? Or did you have one, I guess? You don't have to let me know if you have one now, but I'm curious about that too. So he literally gets pulled over by the state trooper, the state police. The state police. It wasn't even his like local police department. It was a state trooper. So the officer, I saw it on, like I read the story, but then I saw it on body cam. Cause why not? So the officer pulls him over, and John's like super compliant. He gets out of the car / Power Wheels Jeep, and he complies with the officer. On the body cam, the officer actually searches the Power Wheels, like full on search of the vehicle. And I'm over here like, sir, officer, Mr. Trooper. He's like, I'm taking my job seriously. And I'm wondering, is he a rookie or is he like a seasoned officer? Because I can't decide which of those would have would actually pull him over and like search the vehicle. He was real serious about it. He was real serious, which I can appreciate. He is following the rules, okay? So, Mr. Mickey McPhee, I forgot Bestie's name. McKee, he fails the test at the side of the road. It was slightly under the influence. And so, what's his face? The trooper was like, hey, did you take anything? Bestie is very forthcoming. He's like, yeah, a little bit of meth. And he thought that since he was in a Power Wheels and he wasn't in like a fully grown adult vehicle, that he would be fine. And the, the state trooper is like, actually, no. You're getting arrested. But let me tell you something, Mr. McKee was real cool. What is this? I don't know what this is. I'm gonna delete it. So the trooper actually let him sit in the front, which I thought was cool or weird, different. I don't know. Why didn't he sit in the back? But John is just sitting there just chatting, and he's like, are you for real taking me in? And the trooper's like, yeah. And John's like, I've been driving my Power Wheels for a good 6 to 9 months. No one's ever had a problem with it. No one's pulled me over. No one's taken me in. And the officer is like, well, I am. And so he took our bestie to First, they went to the hospital to get him all checked out and stuff since he was, you know, not sober. And then, you know, he was like arrested. But the thing is, I don't know that the charges were, let me tell you the charges, because he got a felony charge of operating a vehicle while intoxicated with a prior conviction. Don't tell nobody, bestie, that you got a felony charge of operating a Power Wheels while intoxicated. But those Power Wheels aren't even that big, in my opinion. They are child-sized. And he looked real comfortable in that Power Wheels. Like, he was just booking it, driving down the road. But he was, like, sort of to the side. I don't know. Rightfully so, he was operating a vehicle while intoxicated. It didn't say what kind of vehicle it had to be. A car is a car. Would you arrest him? If you were a state trooper, would you arrest him? He really does look under the influence in the photo. And they say he's 51, but he looks like you could add a good 27 years onto that. I don't know. They don't say who the officer is. I'm just wondering, when all his friends come into the station, like, listen, he did his job, okay? He stuck to the rules. You can't fault him for that. And maybe if John didn't already have a prior conviction for something, maybe he could have gotten off. Now, you know, we always have to include something from Florida, because there's always something from Florida. Now, one of the stories, this one was sent to me by bestie Tracy. Tracy sent me this video, and then I was just casually perusing the news, and I saw a similar story, and I was like, is this the same one? But it is a different one, and it further solidifies why we don't need to live in Florida, y'all people that live there. In these stories, people had Ring cameras, and on the Ring cameras, they saw alligators. Not like in the backyard, not the front yard, on their porch at the door. I said, no. You can have the house. Child, could you imagine you coming up there, you just going out the house and you're not even paying attention. You like, bye y'all. And then you turn around and it's an alligator or two. Oh, when I tell you, I could almost taste my heart in my throat. I can almost taste this right here. I don't know what. Or you drive up and you have some groceries in your car and you walk up to the, no, unless you're going to help get these bags in the house, I'm going to need you to vacate the premises. First of all, where you come from, how you get here. Did you Uber? Like, why am I living so close that you could do that? Why are there two different stories? And why the first one got two of them? Ain't nobody see these alligators roaming down the street, coming to my house and knocking on my door. No one sees that. Okay. I don't believe it. Nobody saw that. I feel like it's a prank. Somebody got them alligators and they went ahead and put them on your door, because I bet you not. Like, I can't live here anymore. It is infested. I don't care if it's 1, 2, or 3. That's 1, 2, or 3 way too many. When I tell you something, bad enough for me when there's like a bumblebee around and I'm like fighting it. But an alligator? I'm not gonna win that fight. I'm like, that's it. Enjoy your new home, okay? Because that's it. Let me get a couple of pair of undies or something, and you can have the whole thing. No need to knock, because now you own it. You can just go in whatever you want to. I cannot believe, does this happen in Florida all the time? Where alligators are just sauntering up to the door? No. Nope. Not one bit. Not one bit. That's how much I'm gonna deal with it. Not one bit. When I tell you, when I saw that, and they just moving like, up to the door. Bye. Goodbye. Not even goodbye for now. Goodbye forever. No. Because you know what? Now you went back and told your friends where I live. Now that's what you did. Now they're all gonna be like, oh, we can go to her house. I bet you not. You done told everybody, because they went ahead and like animal control or whatever got it, and I'm guessing that I don't know where it. I can't watch. And they just joking about the deputies who had to help wrangle the alligator. When you sign up for stuff, do you, like, I don't know that I would be like, what are all the things that I might encounter? I'm telling you, these people probably see such craziness. It's probably like nothing new. Like, oh, no big deal. You know, today I just wrangled, I think it was like 3 alligators. They had gone to people's doors. Yeah. How do you write that in a report? Who called? Like, I just have so many questions. And the news is like, it was a strange surprise. And they had the nerve to have a video. I'm not watching it, because that first one that Tracy sent me, I feel like I was just like emotionally scarred. It was something about seeing those alligators slithering up and down that porch near that door that just caused me distress, okay? And they're making jokes. How's that for taking a bite out of crime? No, it's not funny. It's not funny to me. Then they got something talking about a barefoot Florida man was wrestling a giant alligator along the I-95. I need everybody in Florida to just stay there. Don't interact with the rest of us, because y'all are a special kind of species. I read something where it was like Florida would survive an alien invasion, and I believe it. Because these people are there's some kind of something in that water besides alligators. Is some kind of something, because y'all have some ridiculous happening in that entire state. Not one spot of that state is it calm. Girl, let me go watch this video. Anyways, y'all, this is it. I watched that video and I feel distressed. I feel my soul has been just like vibrating ever since watching it. Let me know what you would do, okay? Let me know if an alligator came to your door and was knocking on your door just for the fun of it. What would you do? Let me know, y'all Florida people, especially, because y'all crazy. What was I gonna say? Oh, that's it. I think that's it. Let me tell you what I used. I used the Best Skin Ever foundation from Sephora in the shade 59N. I really like this foundation. I think this one and the Haus Labs are the ones that I've been returning to pretty consistently this year. I went in initially with the like matching concealer in 53.5N, but it's like empty. So I had a backup concealer, just an old Tarte, not old, it's just it's like the older version. I don't know. Shape Tape concealer. And I also used my mini Laura Mercier powder, and this is just a mini translucent honey. I think that's it, y'all. I feel some kind of way after watching that, and I have to go. Anyway, I hope that some of this was helpful, and I also hope that you're continuing to take care of yourself. Remember, it is Mental Health Awareness Month, so be aware of your mental health. I would love it if you like the video, and I would love it even more if you subscribe to the channel. Also, since it is Mental Health Awareness Month, let me know if there's something mental healthy that you would like me to talk about. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.